Toastmasters and guests, to choose or not to choose. Tuna. It comes in brine, tomato mayonnaise, barbecue French dressing, salsa, sun-dried tomato, Italian, Mexican, and even dolphin friendly, which sounds rather enigmatic. Years ago, you could pop down to your local supermarket, or your local convenience store, which, by the way, was no bigger than a broom cupboard, and you could get everything that you ever possibly could want in a matter of seconds. Nowadays, you go to your local supermarket where there's everything you could ever possibly want, except that one thing that you really need, like a tin of baked beans, for example. This is the problem with too much choice. At one time, there was shampoo for dry, normal, greasy, and dandruff. Now you can get more than 600 brands, ones for straight curly, coloured lip, bouncy bleached blonde, and astonishingly, even one for baldness. Imagine a shampoo created, especially guaranteed to restore that shiny scalp to its former crown of glory in no less than 6 weeks. And I won't even begin to list the options in face creams promising to knock 40 years off by plumping skin, erasing lines, botulising cracks, and cement filling. Merely buying a cup of coffee has become a traumatic experience. Between espresso, cappuccino, americano or latte, lungo, brevo, macho, macchiato, freddo or frappuccino. At 7 AM in the morning, it's far too early to be making such important decisions. And if you think that you can relax in the evening, forget it. Because with 164 channels to choose from and 4 different remote controls to wrestle with, there's no way you stand a chance of seeing anything for more than 5 seconds without feeling compelled to switch the channel, just in case there's something better on the upper. The cinema's no better. After lining up for 10 minutes to get a Coke, diet or regular, lemon or cherry, small, medium or large, and taking 20 minutes to choose from 50 different ice creams, usually plumbing for vanilla. You have 20 different film screenings, and no matter which one you choose, you still can't help wondering if the movie next door would have been better. When all we had were 2 channels, no cinemas, and no choice of Coke, we were probably happier than we are today. And have you ever tried to buy a car recently? Let me tell you, it's not for the faint-hearted. Because even if you do manage to settle on a single brand, you'll still have to choose a model to match your personality and suit your individual lifestyle. Saloons and estates for reining in the kids, sports and cabriolets for singles, hatchbacks and hybrids for the undecided, SUVs for those who don't give an FC UK, and going soon to a plug socket near you, those electric-powered cars for the eco-bunnies. Now, before you breathe a sigh of relief, let me tell you, in the car buying business, the fun has just begun. You must now decide on wheel rims. Is that alloy or standard? Asked the acne-faced young salesman, whipping out brochures and a calculator. Seats with or without lumbar support, leather or fabric, tartan or stripe. It's mind-boggling. And then, of course, there's dozens of additional levers that contort you into all sorts of shapes. And let's not forget that irritating woman hiding somewhere behind the dashboard who screams at you every time your rear back tyre loses one millibar of pressure. If you manage to get this far without having to see a psychiatrist, you're doing well. But wait a minute, we're not finished. You still have to choose a colour. Henry Ford once famously said, you can have it in any colour as long as it's black. Smart man. And someone else said, once you go black, you never go back. And in 2014, orange, we're told, is the new black. But so too is lime squeeze. Or you can have a Ford Fiesta or a Kia in yummy vanilla shake. And that's before we even consider the metallics. Funny that despite a Pantone palette of colour, people still consistently choose black, white, or that oh-so-conservative colour of grey. And if you find yourself paralysed by choice, and then decide not to make one at all, well, that too is a choice. So there's no escape. So this leads me to the question, how many options are necessary to make an optimal choice? 5, 6, 10, more? Well, a famous jam experiment tried to solve this conundrum by offering people a selection of either 20 jams or 8 jams. And the results showed that although the larger selection attracted a lot more people, the smaller selection actually motivated them to choose a jam. This is called the paradox of choice. It seems that when we have a more limited selection of choice, we're more likely to choose. And now this brings me to another choice dilemma. People often ask me why I never married. Consider that we have a global population of 7 billion. I assume about 3.5 of them happen to be men. See my problem? Of course, had I grown up in a town where there was a limited but reasonable selection of men to choose from, I probably would have chosen my neighbour and done very well. But I grew up on a farm where there was no selection, which is almost as bad as too much. And when I finally did leave home, well, the world was one big bag of jelly beans. And you know, with jelly beans, keep wanting to try another flavour. So too it is with men. I think I need another one. Yes, it's hard to resist sampling them all. And even if you do find that one that makes you go, still curious about French vanilla, mango madness. I'm wondering if peachy passion might be the best. You get the idea. So limited choice is better. But how can you limit a choice? How can you limit choice in a world of abundance? Well, I guess it starts with really appreciating what you already have. And knowing what you really, really want. Instead of always looking for that other, more exciting jelly bean at the bottom of the bag. You decide.
Well done.
Toastmaster and Michelle. Michelle, if you can do that on a half-an-hour sleep, I'd love to see what you can do after a decent night's sleep. Not alone did Michelle not have a little sleep last night, she's heading into an enormous plane journey tomorrow, so we wish her well on that. So I'm just saying, under those conditions, I think you did a fantastic job over here. Now, you had a very interesting topic. You were looking at the whole idea of choices, which was a brave thing to take on. You tell your tale extremely well. You have very good command of English, and you know all your descriptions had a humorous twist all the way along. I think you must have had a little bit of training in acting somewhere along the line, or at least some acting experience, because it comes across as if you certainly had, and adds very much to your speech. It was very interesting. You gave us very examples of like so many choices in food, so many choices, but you didn't just really talk about choices, you just listed up, what? And the same again, and we're all thinking, oh, over and over. But you went from like food, drink, buying the car, the whole lot, all the whole range of choices we're faced with. And then you come to what is the message. That where people have less choice, they may be less attracted to go. We all go to look at right choice, but with less choice, we're more inclined to do something and make the choice. And you spelled that out very well. Your prop here was excellent. You just had the few jelly beans, and the way that you sort of chewed and thought about it and tried to express how lovely that was. But also then, you're talking about, well, maybe there was another flavour at the end. Now, I've always considered that a female thing. If you're ever in a hurry, shop like a man, and the first thing that you pick up that suits, that'll do, take it, that's it. Now, that's what I'm told, that's how I'm told men shop. But it's very much like us thinking maybe there might be something a little bit nicer over there, further down there. Your conclusion, you threw it back and said, you decide. Good. I would suggest you crafting the next speech that you kind of make a little more of a conclusion. Perhaps come to the message of your speech a little bit earlier in it. But very entertaining, very well told, and thank you very much. Extremely well.